So Shane coming in and taking up spots. I mean, we already got Chris Jericho doing that there, and Shane coming in and being a big part of storylines and whatnot. I don't know. I mean, maybe if he came in to oppose the Young Bucks, Tony Khan brings him in. We've talked about Tony Khan needing to be a different, authority presence on AEW. And we've seen that now with Christopher Daniels, who is doing a great job. But the name McMahon covers so much. And I think Tony Khan and Shane McMahon could recreate the hug between Vince McMahon and Eric Bischoff. Because a lot of people, back then, why would they bring Bischoff in? Because he was in WCW, and coming to WWE would be wild and surreal. And Eric Bischoff, he is easily my favorite and the best general manager in Raw history. He had a great run. I enjoyed just about his whole run because he was such an asshole and so good at it. And he played the part perfectly. And that was something that worked. So Shane McMahon, if you're going to bring Shane McMahon into AEW, are you bringing Shane McMahon into AEW to be a character on television? Or are you bringing him in to have a backstage position? Or are you bringing him in to be both? So if Tony Khan were to bring in Shane McMahon, I'd bring him in as the general manager or commissioner the same way Vince brought in Eric Bischoff. If you do that, you got him out there, maybe, with the Young Bucks, and then maybe occasionally Shane McMahon wrestles in a match or something like that. I honestly, at this point, when I'm looking at a 502,000 AEW rating for Wednesday for Dynamite, at this point, just try anything. You never know. If AEW was cooking right now, if they were running, 900K or better, or back to their kind of typical numbers from where they were, I would have absolutely zero negative interest in seeing Shane McMahon there. Don't f up what's working, but it ain't working right now. So shit, bring Shane McMahon in. At the end of the day, we're all fans. We should all just want to see fun, cool stuff. And I'm at the age now where I don't really take this shit seriously at all. I've been watching for 42 years. So I'm not going to get too bent out of shape about shit. I'm not going to rant and rave in somebody's chat because Drew McIntyre didn't win the title. I got better things to do. So with Shane McMahon and AEW, I'm looking at it from a selfish point of view. I'm looking at it from the point of view as a fan that just wants to see it. I just want to see that shit because it would be cool to see Shane McMahon and AEW. Greg, you're crazy. It would be a complete disaster. Well, then let it be. Let it be. Still want to see it, but who knows? Sometimes the biggest risks turn out to work out. Maybe Shane McMahon going there kickstarts some feud that just gets our juices flowing. I didn't think things could get any worse after the screw job in 1997 until you started seeing the dynamic between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon. Captivated us, captured our attention, and held our attention. And it was just them. WWE's roster in late 97 and through the beginning parts of 98, and all of 98 really, was dog shit. They still hadn't scored anybody yet. No Big Show, no Jericho, no Radicals. None of them were even there yet. It was fucking DOA and Bariquas and goddamn, and LOD 2000 and all sorts of nonsense. Fucking oddities. They didn't have the talent to compete with WCW. WCW just still had all the stars. They had all the strength. They had all the momentum. WWE, I felt, was going to be circling the drain. And the next thing you know, Vince pays Mike Tyson a bunch of money. That happens, gets a bunch of people's attention. And then Vince and Austin pretty much take over from there. And it was just that one angle. It was just two dudes that took all the fans' eyeballs off a better wrestling roster and put it on another. So you never know. My point is, you never know. You never know what any wrestling company can stumble back into.